Hello everybody and welcome to Defi.impossible. In today's video I'll be discussing the purpose and mission and where I hope this brand will go while driving through Oklahoma to New Mexico in American Truck Simulator. So let's get driving. I wanted to get this video out because I'm currently learning how to edit my videos in DaVinci Resolve. And typically I don't like to do it this way because I find it difficult to talk and drive at the same time, but I really wanted to provide I just wanted to get it out there. I want to share my purpose, share my mission, and what the end goal is for this brand. Now, how did I come up with the name? Well, originally, I don't remember exactly how I came up with the idea, but originally I wanted to be called Defy the Odds. And I was going to change my name to Defy Odds, or Defy the Odds, but somebody had already taken that name. The reason why I wanted that name was I noticed that DeFi, as in DeFi wallets like in crypto, is the same as DEFY. So I decided I'm going to call it Defy the Odds. Well, somebody already, then a couple of weeks later I find out that one of the persons that I follow, DeFi Mike, had already taken that name. So I then changed it to Defi.impossible. So, why do I spell DeFi with an I instead of a Y? It's because I am into crypto. I want to bring, one of my purposes for Defi.impossible is to bring awareness, to Web3, cryptocurrency, NFTs, to teach people how to protect themselves, and also to bring awareness to good, solid projects, because there's too many scam projects out there, and I try very hard not to put myself in those positions. And unfortunately, I have been a victim of a couple bad projects, but I'm going to share what I learned and why I think cryptocurrency and NFTs are here to stay, and what they will do for our culture. Not only that, but also artificial intelligence. And I know that a lot of people think that AI is going to take your job away. And realistically speaking, yes, it's projected that over the next 10 years, more and more jobs will be taken away. And yes, you probably will lose your job. That is the grim reality of artificial intelligence. And so now you have a choice. You can either gripe and moan about it, or you can find a way to overcome it. You can find a way to say, okay, this is possible. What can I do to change my circumstances? Which leads me to the next point of my mission, is to inspire and motivate and inspire and uplift people. I'm hoping to share my experiences, my life experiences, and what I have learned from reading books, going through courses, and other life lessons, so that I can help you, the listener, the audience, to show you can do anything. I mean, everything that you need is at your fingertips. Okay, so for example, let's say you deal with OCD, and all you can think is, I can't touch paper, I can't touch a pen, I can't clean my clothes, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, here's what you can do. You can Google or use your phone to go look up and type in how to cope with OCD. What jobs would be good for people with OCD? How can I share my experiences to help others? Ask questions. That's the biggest thing, is to ask questions. And now you have Google and now Chat GPT, an AI-based search engine. And, I mean, the possibilities are unlimited. There's nothing we can't do. So the whole purpose of my brand is I hope to inspire, uplift, and help people see what is out there. And I want people to be able to think, look, this person is deaf and blind, or mostly deaf and blind, and look what she's doing right now. So what is, and quite frankly, I'll be frank, if anybody would ask me which is harder, being deaf and blind or the mental mindset, and I would say that in reality, the hardest part about having disabilities is not my physical disabilities, it's actually my mindset. For as long as I can remember, and I didn't really realize it or think of it until these last few years, is having a victim mindset. I mean, sure, I didn't go around saying, it's all her fault, it's all his fault, it's all her fault, it's all his fault. But subconsciously, I did. Let me give you some examples. In high school, it seems like the teachers did nothing but call me a liar because I couldn't see, because they didn't believe me when I said I couldn't hear. One teacher actually put her fingers on my head like this, and when I was playing a game of solitaire on those old computers back in the 90s, she put her fingers on my head. The reason why I was doing it, this is the only way that I can read anything, is by moving my head side to side. And she had enough of it and put her fingers on my head to stop me from moving my head. She didn't believe me when I said, I can't see like that. It was too hard, too draining, but they didn't believe me. And I allowed things like that to determine where I go and who I am. Somehow I allowed their beliefs to affect me, and the belief of others to affect me. I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't speak up. I just let people walk all over me. And it's getting too hard to see. Yeah, it's getting a little. It was. Look at that, it's the Skydance Bridge, I think it's called. It looks really cool, doesn't it? Anyway, I developed a victim mindset. Even though I didn't actively blame other people, because I knew it was up to me, that my circumstances were up to me, but I still let what other people thought of me affected me. I thought that my family wanted me to stay on Social Security for the rest of my life. I thought they wanted me to be dependent on them financially. No, that's not what I meant. Well, that's not what I'm trying to say, actually. It's not that they wanted me to be financially dependent. What I thought they were saying was, stay on Social Security for the rest of your life. But no, what they were saying about, that's not what they've been saying. At least, and I found out recently that no. Just make sure they stay aware of your earning changes, But if you make millions, we don't care. Yeah, we don't care. So, whoa. That's the nice thing about a cab over. Look how easy it flipped over. I just flipped right over my head. So, and I'm still working on putting off that victim mentality. It's hard though, because it's so easy to let my feelings control me. It's so easy to think. I'm not very good at planning. I've been told a couple of times, make a plan and execute. And instantly I think, but I don't know how to plan. It's too hard. I don't know how to plan out my day. I don't know, but, and sometimes I think of what I don't know and can't instead of what I can do and can't. So I'm just taking things one thing at a time, one day at a time. And instead of trying to plan out this purpose video today, I decided I'm just going to get it out. Make it raw. Take a trip to Oklahoma to New Mexico. Where are we now? I'm gonna take a rest though, because I'm getting too hard for. Yeah, I didn't see that at all. I did not see that barrier. Okay. So we're gonna load an audio file. Well, wait. Okay, good. We have plenty of time. We have 22 hours left to have it delivered, so we're good. So I'm just gonna maybe I will tow it to service. Tow to service. An hour, 4 minutes, that's fine, we'll do that. And then we'll go take a nap. So, anyway. It took me a long time to realize this victim mentality. The way I interacted with other people spoke of a victim. The way I just, even though I knew that I could do and change anything, there was always something holding me back, something that kept me from trying. And that was my victim mentality. And now I'm currently working on, on changing that. My truck, no. I thought my truck was still moving. Alright, let's back up. Rest stop time. Perfect. Now I can see again. Sometimes I wish they had these arrows to make it easier to see where to go. But we got it now. Back on the road again. So far we talked about the reasons for my brand is to educate and then inspire and uplift and motivate and inspire those. I no longer like the word motivate because I've learned that motivation doesn't do anything. Sure, it might get you started, but it doesn't get you through the hard times. It doesn't get you through when you're sick and not feeling well, when you feel depressed or miserable. It doesn't carry you through that. My understanding is that the whole point of motivation is to get you started, but it's not going to carry you through the dark times. I've learned that what carries you through those times is your reasons. Are your reasons strong enough for whatever it is you're doing. I'm building this brand because I want to inspire and help other people. Yeah, I want to be financially free. I want to take care of myself financially. I want to get my own apartment, have a villa, a beautiful villa, breed dog. I want to move out on my own again. I want to get back to the gym and lift weights, and so on and so forth. But the whole mission of my brand is, as I said, is to help other people. So, what is my end goal? The end goal is to have inspired and an impact as many people as I can, maybe 10 million. The end mission goal is to have financial independence for my family and for myself and create generational wealth. I want to get into real estate, cryptocurrency, trading in crypto and the foreign exchange market. So most likely I might focus on DCX futures and cryptocurrency. DCX meaning, of course, decentralized cryptocurrency. Where are we anyway? Oh, we just crossed the state of, we're in Texas now. Hauling glass rocks to New Mexico. And having said all that, I hope that when you watch this video, I would love it if you can ask some questions. Whatever questions you have about your mindset, where you can learn to what courses do you recommend on learning this or that skill set? Where can I go to learn about, what questions do you have about Web3, artificial intelligence, and crypto? What books do you recommend? Just feel free to ask your questions. There's no dumb question. My channel is a safe place. I'm not going to allow people to come in and mock you for asking whatever question you might have. I have no idea what that sound is. It sounds really weird. I had the volume on for the game very low, and it sounds really weird. Like a siren almost. Excuse me. So, I'm probably told you a little bit about myself. I talk about my Charge syndrome in another video in my channel. You can check it out if you want. I have Charge syndrome, and you can learn a little bit more about that by Googling Charge syndrome and also looking in where am I? Why is it? Okay. You can look me up. I'm sorry. What I mean to say is, you can look up Charge syndrome to get more information about it. So, I'll talk a little bit about what it means for me. So, I have glaucoma on both eyes. That means I have blind spots on my retina. So for me, reading, I have to move my head side to side. Playing this game right now, I have to move my head side to side. Which is one of the reasons why the way I'm going to make my videos is I'll play a game or film the content and then add the audio, because it's too obvious if I put up my notes of what I want to say up. You will be able to tell that I'm reading it. So I'm going to do it in that manner. But first, oh wait, why is it telling me to do that? No, I don't want to do that. I want to go this way. I don't know what it's telling me to do and why. Alright, we're back on track now. So, color diet makes things harder for me to see, and I'm trying to find ways to get around it. I have a lot of connections that I have no excuse for why I can't overcome. I am a member of the Video Ranking Academy that Son Cano of Think Media created some years ago, and so I asked them questions. Like recently I asked them for editing software. Most of them recommended DaVinci Resolve, so that's why I'm using it. Sure, I could have Googled, but sometimes there's something to be said about being among a group of like-minded individuals, in this case content creators, that have been there and know what they're talking about. So all of them said, literally most of them said DaVinci Resolve. So I went with that. And then, so continuing on my earlier train of thought about Charge syndrome, my eye doctor also said that I was starting to get some cataract on my eyes. On my left eye it's worse, and on my right eye, my good eye, it's just a trace amount, but not enough for surgery, so. Oh well, what can you do? Yeah, every time I break, it makes that sound. It seems weird. I have a very, also next I have a very, very small heart murmur. So small that it's not enough to be concerned, for doctors to be concerned about, yet. I mean, and then next is atresia, which is of the nose, throat, mouth, ears, those areas. And I'm actually kind of concerned about it because I've been getting a lot more sinus colds. Though I haven't been sick much this year, except when I went out to Utah for about a month, my allergies really flared up, and so I think it's because I'm allergic to dogs, but I don't care if I'm allergic to dogs, okay? I'm still gonna get a dog. I mean, I just fell in love with my brother's dog, Odin. I just absolutely fell in love with him. It's like he's my best friend, and there's just something about having a dog with you that's comforting. I do not want to live in an apartment by myself. I want a dog. So speaking of allergies, atresia, so I also have trouble swimming. So just lately, I don't know if it's because my right ear is plugged due to having a cochlear implant, but it's now plugged in. And I only have one eardrum, one hole, and that's on my left side, so. And every time I try to go swimming, I can't do the things that I like to do. I used to love going under the water, doing flips and tricks and stuff. But I can't do that anymore because it messes with my head, it messes with my sinuses, and it makes me sick. It makes me gag, so I just don't do that anymore. And then next is mental and physical retardation. I actually my body didn't start developing until I was 16 years old. And 16, 17-year-old, and that was because we had no idea what was going on. I had the body of a 9-year-old at the age of 16. I was maybe 4'8". Now I'm 5'3". Maybe 5'3", 5'4"-ish. I went and got it. that retardation of my body. Once we learned about Tourette syndrome and started seeing doctors, we learned that my body wasn't producing hormones, and once I started taking growth hormones, my body began to grow and develop. And now I have retardation of growth. And, I'm sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up, but what I'm trying to say is now my body has developed. Will I have kids? I have already, even though yes, I would love kids, I think I've already accepted the fact that there is a very good chance that I will never have children in this life. I'm happy with my nieces and nephews. I wish I could have a kid, but I have already accepted the possibility that I may never have a child if I get married. And now, next is Gential, I think is how you say it, Gential maybe? It has something to do with urinary and reproduction and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure about that. Okay, I need a minute to look for the, just a hard part trying to find where to deliver. I think it's over in that area, that corner. Maybe. I don't know where it is. I can't see the white lines. Okay, well, I'm looking. Next is ear mold. Ear mold, not ear mold, but the ear, deformity of the ears. I can't wear earrings because they fall out all the time. I'm thinking it's over here, maybe. So that's where it is. I don't want to do that. Maybe. Let's do it and see if I can do it. Let's get myself turned around, though. And also deafness. I am mostly deaf. I was at one time severely deaf in my right ear and profoundly deaf in my left ear. And when I got hit in the head with a baseball bat in, I think, 94, or maybe it was 92. But I was 12-year-old in 6th grade when it happened. And I lost more of my hearing. I became profoundly deaf. And then, for some reason, we never went with a cochlear implant. And it was just as well because they aren't as good as they are today. And then, a couple of years ago, back in 2018, we went for a new hearing and found that it was just not effective. I just wasn't hearing. And I believe the spirit was leading me to get a cochlear implant. And I got one. And I can now hear better than I've ever had before. Oh boy. This is painful. At least with the cowboy. Oh dear. Oh. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna try though. Excuse me. Actually, I think I'm gonna turn around. Maybe, if I can. So that is. No, I'm not gonna quit. This is Defi.impossible. That means nothing is impossible. Alright. I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna turn around somehow and get my truck. Okay, I think I can turn around? Yes. Alright then. Let's back up. So that's charge syndrome, and I could get all the, even if I could get all the technology I need to help me see or hear better. See, this is why I said earlier that mindset is actually the more difficult part of having disabilities. I could get all the tools, all the accommodations I can get, but it's not going to change what is most important, and that is my mindset. Because regardless of, even if I had all the tools I need, it's not going to change my mindset. It's not going to change what I really needed to change, and that was my mindset. It's just like going through courses and reading personal development books. You can read all the books you want, but nothing is going to change unless you do. Nothing is going to change unless you change your mindset and take the actions that you needed to take. And that's one lesson I hope you'll get is read all the books you want, take all the courses you want, get all the accommodations you need, but it's not going to change the single most important thing, and that is your mindset. Because if you don't change your mindset, your life isn't going to change. And to take action and to change that mindset isn't a matter of just reading books and reciting affirmations, visualization, meditation, and praying. The key to changing your life is to take action. That means doing the things you want to do. No, let me rephrase that. Doing the things you need to do to change your life. Do you want health? Peter Vogt hates running, but he runs anyway because that gives him health. Let's see. Many of these people, such as David Cloggins and so many others, they hate certain aspects of whatever they're doing. Even though it doesn't seem like it, but they do. But they do it anyway because they know they will bring the results they crave and desire. David Cloggins has every reason to have a victim mentality because of his upbringing. But at some point he changed it, and even if he hated running or hated push-ups or pull-ups or whatever it is he hated, he did it anyway because he craved the results. And to get those results, you don't need motivation, you need reason. Strong enough reason. And I'll give you an excellent example. Sean Cannell of Think Media, several years ago, he created one of his courses, Hypergrowth Blueprint, and in the video, he talked about reasons come first, results come second. And he used an example of weightlifting, and he talked about how he's not weightlifting because his reasons aren't strong enough. But when I watched the video, that video from the course, this was just a couple weeks after he started weightlifting this year for the first time. And I made a comment to him about, hey, you're weightlifting. And he said, yes, because my reasons. Yes, because I have chronic pain and it's helping my chronic pain go away and he wants to live. So his reasons finally became strong enough to get him to start weightlifting, even though he doesn't like weightlifting. So what are your reasons? Why do you want to change? What do you need to do the number one is reasons come first, results come second. And only you can change your mindset. No one else's. Peace. Hope you have a good video. Hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize if it's a little long. If you have any questions about Web3, books, courses, mindset, etc., feel free to leave a comment below. Subscribe, give a like, give a shout out, whatever. And no question is dumb. Ask any question you want. Heck, if you want to know how to do something in American Truck Simulator, ask me and I'll show you. You want to know how to do something in other software? Ask me and I'll show you. We're all on a learning journey together. So, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Talk to you soon. Peace. And remember these two words, I overcome. Now I'm gonna say goodbye. Good night.